Good afternoon. Coastal areas in the Philippines fronting the Pacific Ocean are expected to experience tsunami wave heights of less than 1 meter on Wednesday afternoon, July 30, after a powerful quake hit off the east coast of Russia. In an advisory on Wednesday morning, Phivolcs warns Filipinos in several coastal areas of the country to stay away from the beach and do not go to the coast. According to Phivolcs, the first tsunami waves are expected to arrive between 1:20 p.m. and 2:40 p.m. and may continue for hours. These areas include Batanes Group of Islands, Cagayan, Isabela, Aurora, Quezon, Camarines Norte, Camarines Sur, Albay, Sorsogon, and Catanduanes. State volcanologists also warn residents in the coastal areas of Visayas and Mindanao to stay away from the beach. According to Phivolcs, people whose houses are located very near the shoreline of these provinces are advised to move farther inland. It adds that owners of boats in harbors, estuaries, or shallow coastal waters of these provinces should secure their boats and move away from the waterfront. Phivolcs also says that boats already at sea during this period should stay offshore in deep waters until further advised. According to the United States Geological Survey, a magnitude 8.7 quake struck off Russia's far east coast on Tuesday, July 29. The quake's epicenter was located 5 miles east of Petropavlovsk in the country's Kamchatka Peninsula, a depth of 12 miles. Senate President Escudero says he believes Senator Rodante Marcoleta will do a good job as the chairman of the Senate Blue Ribbon Committee. In an interview with ANC on Wednesday, July 30, Escudero was asked if Marcoleta's appointment as Senate Blue Ribbon Committee chairman was his way to win over the support of the Duterte allies. Escudero quickly dismisses this, saying that these accusations were raised during the campaign for Senate presidency. The Senate elected on Monday, July 29, neophyte Senator Marcoleta as the new head of the Blue Ribbon panel. Marcoleta and 6 of his colleagues in the so-called Duterte 7 bloc voted to re-elect Escudero as Senate President. Escudero won against Senator Tito Soto with 19 votes from the senators, while Soto received 5 votes. The 6 other members of the Duterte 7 bloc are Senators Bato de la Rosa, Bongo, Robin Padilla, Amy Marcos, and siblings Camille and Mark Villar. According to Escudero, Marcoleta may be a newcomer in the Senate but not in the House of Representatives. He notes that they work together in the lower chamber. Marcoleta represented the Sagip party list in the House before he won his first senatorial run, where he ranked 6th in the last May elections. The Senate chief says Marcoleta is a litigator and a practicing lawyer. He adds that Marcoleta will do a good job as a Blue Ribbon Committee chairperson and raise the flag of the institution through his stewardship of the committee. Escudero adds that it would be unfair or belittle the abilities of someone just because they're new or young, and to assume that those who are older are automatically more capable. Escudero also defends the chairmanships of other committees, which he said were chosen based on their advocacies and core competencies. The Senate chief explains the case of Senators Kiko Pangilinan and Bam Aquino, who were given the committees on agriculture and basic education, respectively. According to Escudero, their chairmanships of the committee were aligned with their platforms when they campaigned in the last elections. Pangilinan and Aquino, who ran as opposition candidates, voted to re-elect Escudero and are now part of the majority bloc in the Senate. Nine Filipino crew members of the Liberia-flagged vessel MV Eternity Sea are being held by Houthi rebels who attacked the bulk carrier as it was passing through the Red Sea on July 8. According to the Department of Migrant Workers Secretary Hans Kakdak, 3 other Filipino seafarers have died while 1 remains missing. But Kakdak stresses that the reported fatalities are still subject to further confirmation as no bodies have been recovered. Kakdak says they based their information on the accounts of the 8 Filipinos who were rescued after the attack and safely transported back to the Philippines on July 16. Kakdak adds the challenge now for the agency is the retrieval of the bodies of the fatalities, noting that this will be difficult given the sinking of the ship. MV Eternity Sea sank after it was attacked by Houthi rebels who came in fast-moving skiffs and were armed with sea drones and rocket-propelled grenades off the coast of Hodeidah, Yemen. The bulk carrier had 22 crew members on board. 21 of them were Filipinos. Kakdak reports that the 9 Filipino seafarers seem to be in good condition, adding that this is based on information coming from their families who said they received phone calls from their loved ones. The DMW chief says no other Filipino seafarers have been confirmed to be in the hands of the rebel group. And these are the stories you need to know today. I'm Neil Mercado. Follow INQUIRER.net on Facebook, X, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, and Reddit. For more stories, visit INQUIRER.net. Good afternoon.